This is a weird story, a very creepy story, and I want to give you just a little context on how I happened on this story. So if you're looking up artificial intelligence or AI online, some of the top searches for artificial intelligence actually are questions about what artificial intelligence does. What is AI? Artificial intelligence explained. People are asking about ChatGPT, they're asking about Bard, they're actually asking about Snapchat AI. So what I want to do today is explain just a little bit about what those behind AI are not telling us about AI as they are trying to embed it in every aspect of our life, from our personal life to every web search that we do, to our art and algorithms in computers and search engines. I want to explain just a little bit about who controls AI, because those who are at the forefront of this industry, maybe even the people that are part of the creative process or the people that are funding it, present AI as if it's an autonomous thing. It's this entity that has its own agency. And this is not actually true. This is not true at all. Something has to control this, because as much as the people creating AI would like to think of themselves as God, as the creator of some life form, they are not. They actually are not. So what we're going to talk about today is Yuval Noah Harari. You've probably heard of this guy. He's very, very famous for writing the book Sapiens. He's a professor, he's a philosopher, and he spoke at the World Economic Forum. Yes, so just to give you an idea of the kind of people he hangs out with and the type of philosophy on life and on government that he ascribes to. Yuval Noah Harari was talking about artificial intelligence recently, and he took part in this narrative that I'm talking about, pretending that AI, or portraying AI as being something that has being, that's a sentient being of its own. This is wrong, but listen to what Yuval Noah Harari said that AI will do, or what impact artificial intelligence will have on the Bible and on religion. This is where the story from the get-go gets very creepy. Take a listen to this.
You know, the printing press, radio, television, they broadcast, they spread the ideas created by the human brain, by the human mind. They cannot create a new idea. You know, Gutenberg printed the Bible in the middle of the 15th century. The printing press printed as many copies of the Bible as Gutenberg instructed it, but it did not create a single new page. It had no ideas of its own about the Bible. Is it good? Is it bad? How to interpret this? How to interpret that? AI can create new ideas, can even write a new Bible. Throughout history, religions dreamt about having a book written by a superhuman intelligence, by a non-human entity. Every religion claims our book, all the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. In a few years, there might be religions that are actually correct. That just think about a religion whose holy book is written by an AI. That could be a reality in a few years.
Okay, now you don't have to be a Christian or a practicing Jew or a religious person to be worried about the impacts of AI. In fact, what we're talking about today is probably not so much the religious aspect of it. So if you're not a religious person, hang with us here. But you got to admit, this guy has some pretty serious anti-Christ vibes going on when he's not only talking about essentially wanting to play God, he's talking about wanting to create something that plays God, like on a higher pedestal than God. Who wants to be on a higher pedestal than God? Yeah, the Antichrist does. So I'll leave you with that as just the religious commentary. But let's talk about what he's saying for a second, because he compares AI and AI potentially writing a new Bible, or so-called correcting, quote-unquote, correcting a religion. He compares this to what Gutenberg did with the Bible, Gutenberg in the printing press, printing the Bible in the 15th century. But he makes a false comparison here. In fact, where we are today is not that much different than the 15th century. The difference is just who's behind giving the directions. Gutenberg printed the Bible in the middle of the 15th century. The printing press printed as many copies of the Bible as Gutenberg instructed it, but it did not create a single new page. It had no ideas of its own about the Bible. Is it good? Is it bad? How to interpret that? how to interpret this, how to interpret that. This is a very, very important point to make about AI. If you have ever Googled artificial intelligence explained, if you have ever wondered, what is AI? Is it a threat to our civilization? Who controls it? Is it an entity? Does it have agency? Can it think for itself? Can it create for itself? The answer to that is no. I know this is a controversial answer, and a lot of people that work in AI are going to say, yes, it is, it has agency, it can think. No, it can't. What AI is it is a complex algorithm written by humans. Now, this algorithm written by humans might include parts of the algorithm that allow that algorithm to perpetuate, meaning they write into the algorithm that they want it to so-called create something else, but it cannot on its own. Think about a computer that's been smashed with a sledgehammer. Think about, or even in a less destructive sense, think about one of those computer sets where you're supposed to put together each of the pieces to teach you about electronics. That thing is not writing a Bible on its own. It doesn't plug itself in. It doesn't put itself together. It doesn't operate without your input. You are ultimately the person that is controlling this device. And then once you've flipped this switch on, this device operates according to the code embedded within it that was written by engineers. This isn't something that just spontaneously combusted or spontaneously, it's like the Big Bang with people, right? This isn't something that just spontaneously happened and then now this is an entity that we can't control. No. This is a very complex, yes, a complex algorithm written by people, which means that the people behind it have incredible control over what it does. We learned this with ChatGPT, right? When we started asking it so-called, quote unquote, controversial questions about what is a woman and which religion is correct and things that are more or less objective truth, right? What is a woman is an objective definition. And when we asked it questions, it said, I don't want to talk about that. Or it labeled some conservatives as hateful, but it didn't label any leftists as hateful. There's bias written into this algorithm because the algorithm is written and it's written by people who have opinions. Oftentimes they have agendas, including political agendas. So the simplest answer to the question of artificial intelligence explained, the simplest answer to the question of, is this an entity? Is it sentient? Does it have agency? The simplest answer is no, it doesn't. It's complex, and you can build something that is destructive, just like human beings built nuclear bombs. They put together certain chemicals to create a very destructive reaction, but the nuclear bomb, for example, didn't create itself. It doesn't detonate itself. It was created by people, and then other people choose when they want to detonate it. That's the same with AI. It was created by people. The algorithms are written by people, and then other people choose how to deploy that. Hi guys, it's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.